Hey guys, welcome to the Conversation Starter Show on Football Worldwide, the show where we list, rank and tier all things football and invite you guys, the audience, to get in on the conversation by commenting down below. Now we're going to continue our little mini-series on top 10 players for each major position in the world now at the end of 2021, start of 2022, and we're going to have a fun one today with wing-backs slash full-backs, so right-backs, left-backs, wing-backs, whatever you want to call it.
Definitely, mate. Excited about this one. But before we get started, make sure you check out our other videos. We've done centre-backs and we've done goalkeepers. Also, smash like, subscribe, and check out all the other amazing content they have on Football Worldwide.
That's right. Some great stuff on here. Now, we're going to start number 10 here. This is actually pretty hard figuring out 10 to like 12 kind of spots. But
so we're going left and right backs.
Left and
combined
right back.
Fullbacks, and it's a stacked list now, man.
It's a stacked with some good players in the world. But we're going to go Kieran Trippier as number 10. So he's playing for Atletico Madrid, English boy. He's done well because he's played for Tottenham as well as in the Spanish League and doing quite well. Again, he's quite a quick little nimble fella.
He is.
But he's a good player. I'm going to put him number 10. So.
Yeah, awesome, man. Number 9, you probably see more of him than I do, as in as a kind of Serie A lover.
Yeah.
But we've gone
Cuadrado, yes, that's it. So Cuadrado, he's a Colombian boy and plays for Juventus, who I loathe, but he is a gun player. As Anthony from Inter Worldwide and Football Worldwide likes to say, he hates us as much as we hate him. Okay, and he's just him and you should see him and Perisic's battles is outstanding. But
he does have that little feisty.
He's just a bit feisty,
a Colombian, South American,
and he's just that kind of guy that he'll always in big games plays pretty well. He'll always get that. He'll win the penalty or he'll do something a bit like slimy, and you just can't stand it.
That ultimate player you love to hate.
Yeah, love to hate, and you'd love to have him on your team, but you hate him when he's playing against you. So he's just a really quick, good player, and he's probably I'm going to say the unsung hero of Juventus over these last 10 years or whatever years he's been playing. So at least 5 years I've been watching him closely. He'd be the unsung hero because you hear about Ronaldo and Dybala and all this, but he's just such a good solid player. So number 9.
Number 8, we've got Luke Shaw. Okay, English boy, Man United. Really had a really good Euros.
He had a good Euros.
He was slotting goals away, really solid. He's been really good for a pretty disappointing Man U team as well. So, great in the national team, really good for Man United, and
he's just strong.
He's just strong, that's what I mean. He's not as pacey as some of these other lads that we're looking at, but he's a strong
and he can whip a ball in, he can whip a good ball in. Okay, number 7, we're going to stick with another English lad here. Man City, Kyle Walker. Luke Shaw thing. Kyle Walker, this guy is lightning quick. He's slowing down a little bit now in his age, but lightning quick player. He's a pretty smart player as well. He knows what he's doing and he knows how to position himself, and he's playing in probably, on paper at least, the best team in the world right now.
You got to say it's them or Bayern. It's a toss-up, but it's not even close.
Yeah. And,
there's no third team, really.
And is he captaining them at the moment? Is it De Bruyne captaining them? I can't remember, but I think he has been in the past.
Because De Bruyne had a few injuries from him.
Yeah, and I mean, he played great for England in the Euros, one of their best players. So Kyle Walker has got to be number 7. So I'll do you want to take number 6?
You take number 6. I do love this player, but I know you watch him a lot more.
So number 6, we're going to go Taiy Hernandez. Okay, now this guy, same thing. He's a player you love to hate. When you play against him, he's annoying, but he's just got that X factor. So I'd
say he's the only dude on this list who's probably underrated on a national stage, honestly.
Definitely. So he's a French player, and because the French team's so stacked as well, he's quite young coming through the ranks. And his brother's Lucas Hernandez, who you might know from Bayern Munich as well. But Taiy Hernandez has been probably Milan's best player, if not second best player for the last few years. He's one of the main reasons I think they've lifted from him basically a higher mid-table team into the top 4 spots again.
Agreed.
Back to the Champions League, and he's lightning quick. He's got that X factor. He's got that killer instinct to score a goal as well. So number 6, Taiy Hernandez.
Yeah, I mean, I got to know him a bit more over this Champions League period as well.
Liverpool as well.
Really good. Yeah. Number 5, arguably the best young kind of fullback coming through. Canadian boy Alfonzo Davies from Bayern.
He's a gun.
But man, this dude is a gun. Yeah. He might be top 1 or 2 in the next few years. He's so good. Really
best Canadian player I've ever seen.
I'm naming another Canadian player.
But he's good.
This one's from kind of the North Americas.
He'd be pretty close.
There wouldn't be many American players that could beat this. Man. He's so class. Great with his feet. Okay. Just really good going forward.
Yeah.
In a really great Bayern team. Don't get me wrong, but I think even just the fact that he's a consistent starter there, being so young,
tells you his
quality. But really class, and he's just going to blow up in the next few years. I think he's only 19, 20 or something. He's just a kid.
Yeah, he is very young.
So Alfonso Davies, massive.
You take next one, boy. You take
next one.
I don't want to upset him.
Although he's not the best player in the Liverpool team right now, he's probably my favourite player.
Yeah, okay.
The Scottish boy Andy Robertson, this
Yeah.
dude's got some heart for the team.
He does
I
have some
love
heart,
him.
yeah.
He's just one of my favourite players.
Yeah.
But our wing backs, I'd say, is probably arguably, other than maybe Salah, I'd say is our biggest strength.
Yeah.
Okay, just the fact that
Pretty close.
Taiy and Robertson have almost battled each other for who can get more assists.
Yeah.
Because the way they kind
Great
of drive down
example
the
of modern wing backs or
perfect.
fullbacks because they're almost more attacking than they are defenders. Yeah.
They go through and they whip balls in,
Yeah.
and it just sets up our entire attack. So, just creating that overlap and that numbers,
Yeah,
it's
it's really-
really kind of Klopp system, and
Yeah.
these two boys have just thrived from it.
Oh, he's
So
outstanding.
Andy Robertson, he's just got that heart, that kind of Scottish working class kind of bulldog that you'd want and you hope for.
He'd
So,
be one of my favourite Liverpool players too at the moment.
Andy
That's
Robertson,
great.
number 4.
So number 3, we've got Hakim.
Top 3, man, is stacked. Sorry,
It is, so that's right, that's right.
But
No, but
top
it's stacked.
3 is stacked.
It's very stacked.
This
So
whole list is stacked, and like some of you guys might be saying Davies or Hernandez or whatever should be in the top 3, but
Yeah.
when you hear this top
Easy.
3, you're like, holy moly, there is so many good wing backs right now.
Oh, there is so many good wing backs, and so we're going to go Ashraf Hakimi.
Yeah.
This guy played for Inter. I'm pretty dirty that he left still. It wasn't he actually didn't leave on a
bad.
it was the club's choice to sell him because we need to sell a player. But he's at PSG. And he hasn't done as well there, but obviously you can't. And it's the culture we live in now. You can't expect someone to play their best in the first few months of being in a new club. Even Messi, you can't expect him to just change clubs, change players he's playing with, and all of a sudden be world class again. So Hakimi, I'm going to give him more time.
Yeah.
And PSG, I wouldn't say it's the most positive environment anyway to play in, but
Not the minute.
but he's just lightning
He's
fast.
a thoroughbred, hey.
Yeah,
This
and
dude, I'd say he's arguably looking at him, one of the strongest in this whole list, because a lot of the other wing backs we got are just kind of whippy, kind of.
he's
This dude
he
just,
is.
I know he's lean, but he just
He's lean, but he's
looks
strong.
like an athlete. He's so strong.
He's athletic.
I said you watched him stacked for Inter. I watched him a fair bit for Inter.
Yeah.
And he'd have one of those kind of things that he'd do a couple of things you'd pull your hair out saying, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's
But then you have this, like-
always the best. Yeah.
This slight moment where he's just utter world class.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he just needs to work on his decision making, like
Yeah.
just even his finishing product. Like sometimes his
Yeah.
crosses aren't the best, but just brilliant, and he's a good defender as well. So he's number 3. Who we got for number 2?
Number 2, I'd say, so this is another one, kind of like our last list, where 2 and 1,
It's a toss-up.
you could flip a coin.
It's a flip,
Number 2, we've got the 4th member of our Man City kind of quartet. And the fact that all 4 are on our either centre-back or wing-back list is incredible.
Yeah,
But
it tells you a lot.
Cancelo, he's just flipping amazing.
He
and
is
some of you
incredible.
guys might have him number 1. I understand if you do, because I watch a fair bit of Man City, and they are so good and so class. And going forward, this dude this year has just taken such a leap.
Yeah,
I'd say
goal scoring. He's just doing everything. Yeah,
last
he's
year you wouldn't be putting him in the conversation with our number 1.
No,
or
probably
last
not.
couple of years, but this year especially,
He's
2021, he's just
come alive, and I mean,
took himself to another level.
yeah, and I mean he's playing in one of the best teams in the world, but
Yeah.
you can't deny he's just brilliant this year at the moment, and
Yeah.
I'd probably almost say he's number 1 for me if it's
Yeah.
just my list, but it's a toss up again. So you take number 1 because obviously one of your boys again.
Yeah, like I said, Trent Alexander-Arnold, TAA, English boy, Liverpool boy. For me, is probably the best going forward out of any of these players, which is what's defensively he sometimes has some lapses, and I'll admit that.
Yeah. See, I'm going to say I actually would. Yeah, I'd say if we're just doing on pure defense, he'd barely make top 10 for me in the world, just defending.
Yeah.
But then going forward, he's easily number 1. So,
Yeah, I think he's.
he probably would make top 10. So that's a bit harsh, but he's definitely not top few for me. In the world.
But I think I could be wrong. I think he almost led the Premier League with assists as a
which is insane.
fullback, which is just incredible. So he's got a wicked set piece as well. So I think he's normally our free kick taker.
Yeah.
Takes all our corners. Obviously, he had like the corner against Barcelona that we'll remember. But yeah, going forward, this dude is just elite. He's got a motor on him that just gets up and down,
That's
like
right,
a few players do. So
and he's kind of like the almost perfect example of a modern fullback.
He is,
where it's mostly about going forward. And again, I was being way too harsh. He's probably 5th or 6th in the world for defending, but yeah, the attacking thing is just head and shoulders above. And he's a great young player. Like, even for England, he's good as well. So he's going to be number 1.
And that's what I mean. Most of these dudes are still young. And I know like youth helps you a bit with pace and stuff like that.
Especially in this position. But
it's a really exciting thing. And as I said, the reason they're young is because you'd probably say it's only been the last 10 years that these wing backs have really come alive to the extent that it has, and it's really blown up the way it has. So
that's exactly right.
all these young boys that we've we coach football as well.
Yeah.
That's what we're teaching our boys to do, is to be wing backs like these lads.
Yeah, and they swap with the winger all the time and stuff. So, anyway, you guys let us know if there's anyone we've forgotten. There's obviously players like Carvajal, we haven't talked about. There's quite a few honourable mentions in there, but tell us who you think should be the top 10. Tell us your top 10 list, or if you think we should change it around.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think we got wrong. Tell us any videos you'd like us to do in the future. Check out the goalkeeper and centre back ones.
Yeah.
And we're going to have more coming out. We're going to move up the lines here, going up to the midfielders next. It's going to be exciting. We'll catch you next time.
Cheers, guys.